Good morning. I'm John
Mm.
McIntyre. This is a virtual session of the 15th USA India Business Summit and the 30th Georgia Tech Global Business Forum. We have a very stimulating session today, and we are very happy that you're joining us for some of those sessions virtually. We had an excellent day yesterday, some top of the line presentations by the Indian Consul General, Consul of Switzerland, uh, President of Tech Mahindra. For those of you who were present, you had the benefit of those presentations. Today, we turn the page and go into virtual mode, and we look forward to addressing issues, themes relating to techno innovation, of course, technological IT transformation, AI, and sustainability for this particular forum session. Without further ado, I will turn it to my colleague Annie Agniotri to thank our sponsors, because events of that nature cannot be done without the support of many actors in the community. Annie?
Great. Thanks, John. Thank you for the introduction. Uh, Good morning, everyone. My name is Ani Agnihotri. I'm co-chair of USA India Business Summit, and I have had pleasure of working with Dr. John Mack as Georgia Tech Cyber and Jim Hoadley for last 15 years. Every year, we present about 4 to 5 events, and also an annual conference like this one. This year, 2025, we have the conference in mode. Day one was in person at Georgia Tech, and day two is virtual, where we have benefit of having audience from all over the world, from USA, from India, from Europe, and we thank everyone for joining our program. I would thank our partners and major sponsors like Georgia Tech Cyber, Georgia Department of Economic Development, State of Georgia, USA, Aditya Birla Group's Novalis Company, Georgia Pacific, Forward Foresight, Kennesaw State University, Lawrence J. Needle Immigration Firm, ICA Institute, India China America Institute, Taj Hotels, ICICI Bank from India, University of South Carolina Beaufort, Spelman College, Metro Atlanta Chamber of Commerce, Tabla Restaurant, and the uh, delicious lunch yesterday. World Affairs Council, Upstate South Carolina, Next Generation Manufacturing, USIBS. Our media partners are Global Atlanta, NRI Pulse, Khabar, Atlanta Dunia, TV Asia, Voice of India, and EIN press release. In the summit today, we have about 18 speakers who will be covering different topics. And uh, I'm going to read the program for you right now so you can plan budget accordingly. Our keynote session will start in about 10 minutes from now, which is by Mr. Dev Ahuja, who's Executive Vice President and CFO of Novalis Inc. And the title is Sustainability Leadership, the Case of Novalis. Our second keynote is by Mr. Bala Subramanian, who's Executive Vice President and Chief Digital and Technology Officer of UPS. And session title is AI, Digitalization, Technology Transformation. Our third keynote is application of AI and IoT in manufacturing. It's a UIBS Distinguished Company session. We have three speakers, distinct speakers from Georgia Pacific, Mr. Paul Fredrickson, Mr. Roshan Shah, and Ms. Surya Kopiredi. Followed by that, we have GTGBF, Technology Leaders Remarks, Enterprise AI Solutions and Cloud Computing by Mr. Anant Adya, who's Executive Vice President and Head of Cloud Infrastructure and Security Services, CIS for Americas and APAC Infosys. Followed by next keynote session is Accelerating Digital Transformation and Self-Service Commerce by Mr. Ravi Venkateshan, CEO and Board Director of Cantaloupe Inc. Followed by distinguished guest remarks by Honorable Lisa Cupid, who is Chairwoman of Cobb County Board of Commissioners, followed by AI Governance Systems in AI, US, and China by Dr. Anshu Saxena Arora. She is Professor of Marketing in the School of Business and Public Administration, University of District of Columbia. Our second last session is Innovating with Generative AI, Powering Progress While Preserving Our Planet by Amazon Web Services, AWS, Mr. Ron Heyman, Head of Customer Solutions for Amazon Services, Web Services, and Shalini Verma, Principal Customer Solutions Manager for AWS. Last session of the day would be by Sean Fried, Director of Business Development, Medicom Group, Kimberly White, Chief Sustainability Officer of COP Government, Georgia, Aisha Baldwin of Sustainability Coordinator for Spelman College. The session title is Managing Commitment to Sustainability During Growth. So, as Dr. McIntyre mentioned, as John mentioned earlier, that we have a fully loaded program today for you to be part of it. Make your notes. Feel free to send your questions after or during the session, the chat mode. My colleague Jim and myself would be making note of your questions. And subject to time availability, we will pass those questions for the speakers to answer. Now, I would request John to summarize the overall layout of the conference of Georgia Tech Global Business Forum and also share with you some information about Georgia Tech Cyber. John.
Uh, I wanted to mention before I provide a brief summary, Annie,
Hmm.
that the Prime Minister of India is visiting Washington in the wake of the third summit on artificial intelligence, the Paris Summit, Action in Artificial Intelligence. I also wanted to indicate that we have a presentation this morning by one of our presenters on governance systems in the US, in India, and the European Union and China. Oh, these are questions that were addressed at the Paris Summit. Yesterday, we addressed issues of overlapping questions relating to the increasing role of artificial intelligence, bearing not only on sustainability, but the digital transformation, which has been ongoing for quite a few years. And we looked at them as global drivers of growth and competitiveness from a US perspective. We had a range of speakers at different levels of analysis, from corporate speaker, from practitioners, engineers, uh, C-level executives, and some academics. Uh, it, I think, in terms of deriving some conclusions, is that one could say that the transformation of business process with AI is moving at a rapid pace that often is not necessarily reflected in the strategy and policies undertaken by corporations. Uh, One of the bits of wisdom, which is not exactly new to us in the world, is that you should embrace the future and not be afraid of it. And that's essentially the lesson, the broad, overarching philosophical lessons derived from the engineering centered and process centered business presentations coming out of our first day. We're grateful for a really remarkable audience. And I think we came out enriched and look forward to the second day, which will narrow down some of the questions. We're very lucky to have some top of the line executives who will shed lights, not only from the point of view of their corporate structures, but also industry wide within the United States, but also globally. Having said that, I think we probably can move forward if we are time-wise uh, on uh,
I think
on
we
schedule.
yeah, we would wait for Mr. Dev Ahuja to join, and then
Okay.
we can start the program. In the meantime, I request you to give an overview of Georgia Tech Cyber and the programs which we have done in the past.
So Georgia Tech Cyber is a center located within the Scheller College of Business. The Scheller College of Business is the business school at Georgia Tech, created in 1913. It's one of the old, well-established business schools in the United States and in the state of Georgia, under the leadership of new dean Anuj Malhotra. We're in the process of expanding that college, and for those of you who know the Georgia Tech campus, I urge you to come and visit Tech Square. You will see the expansion of the physical structure of the Scheller College in alliance with the Industrial Systems Engineering School on Fifth Street between West Peachtree and Spring Street. The college excels in a number of disciplines, ranging from operations research to IT to data analytics, and has always been a chosen destination for many of our Georgia students at the undergraduate, but also at the graduate level. We are very happy to be able to offer an international perspective of some of the new technologies that are changing the world, the way we live, and the speed at which we can anticipate change in strategy, change in product design, change in consumer behavior. Georgia Tech now, this may be surprising to some of you, has become, in terms of number of students, the largest university in the state of Georgia, in part due to our many excellent master's level, remote, distant virtual programs ranging from computer engineering to cybersecurity to environmental engineering to data analytics. So it's a quantum change for a university, an institute that prides itself on progress and service. And in this sense, this conference that we put on is very much in the spirit of progress and service, providing insights, but also matchmaking opportunities, as we saw yesterday at the physical conference at the Georgia Tech Academy of Medicine. I want to express our particular gratitude to our colleagues at Kennesaw State University, who came in with some of their best expertise to shed lights on some of these issues and also to support the conference.